Well, we want to welcome you to the Walton webcast preview for Price Livestock Farm Sale number 1. This is a live sale here at the farm in person. To be this Saturday, January 31st. Have a shrimp boil there at 6 p.m. Sale will start at 7, and then as well we'll have the preview the night before at 7 p.m. on that Friday, January 30th. Feel free to contact us. The numbers there below and online and stuff. We got our numbers and stuff posted everywhere. Reach out if you got any questions. For those of you that can't make it here in person, we will have Kennedy Ventures and CCI here to take the online bids. So should be able to, if you can't make it, make sure you watch these videos and bid online. I know I've had quite a few questions as far as like the weather is concerned. If pigs have to leave that night, hey, it's going to be cold. And it looks like it's going to maybe warm up there like Monday, Tuesday. So, yeah, for sure, pigs can stay here for a few days. We'd actually prefer them to, just because of the weather. It's heated here. They're all good to go. So if you're concerned about that, don't be. And then as far as delivery goes for people out of state, I haven't looked at delivery options, but as long as you're not in Canada, we'll get them to you, as long as you're willing to work with us. Again, this is preview for Price Livestock Farm Sale number 1. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, we got tag 1 on the screen here. This is the lead off. That would be a 6-liter 6-7 boar pig, culture canned heat. You know, and a very, very deep set of pigs. This is the one that kind of rises to the top, and the 6 litters for sure a standout litter. And then the culture deal on the top side is that black, solid black buckle-up pig that 66 Ventures would have bought from Evan Green, or not Evan Green. Evan Green bought from Mark Gray there, a PT last year. That pig's done a very, very good job for us. If you stopped by the farm last summer, you've seen plenty of cultures that surfaced. And then I think the ball keeps rolling here in this group. Like I said, 6-7. Very, very deep litter. My favorite pig out of that litter. Big, big legs, hairy, neat looking. Like this one a bunch. Next we got tag 2, which would be the predominantly black male with the white front feet. That's a 6-liter, 6-6 culture canned heat. It's a boar pig that is a crypt. We will get that fixed Monday morning, so don't be let the crypt scare you. One that probably isn't going to act right, one of the dumber pigs, at least in these first 12 lots, but another pig, like I said, that 6-liter culture deal. We like our cultures a whole bunch, and this one kind of represents the kind we like out of that. Big hairy legs, neat looking. This one is green and skinny, and maybe not the best color pattern for some people, but if you can get past the fact that he's predominantly black and just have a little patience with that one, not going to jackpot early, I'm sure, but one that I think can be very, very good in the end when it matters most. Like I said, the culture deal, the ones we're feeding from last season down south are promise they'll have plenty of stuff when it matters. Skinny, big legs, neat looking, out of a very good litter. On screen now would be tag 3, which is the kind of off-belted boar pig there. That would be a 24-liter Conviction top that boar pig. Conviction is that calico mullet boar there. That was at 66 Ventures. I believe he's at Schaefer's now. That one's mother, if you Texans and Okies remember from the past season stopping up, was the mother of the 26-liter we had last time. There's a Barrow in Oklahoma out of this one's mom that got a very good chance to get his picture taken here in March, and I think she kind of carries the torch here of their next litter. This one, we like this pig a bunch. That thing is way stout. I still think he's got enough look and extension ahead of his blade. Feet and toes all point in the right direction. Isn't the hairiest thing in the world, but buy some hair pills and he'll look real good. Again, lot 3, 24-3, affectionately called Jerry around here. Okay, on screen now is this blue pig. This is tag 4, 15-9. It's another culture say it. The first of the 15s, and a very, very good sow family behind this one. His mother's one of the 5 38 litter say it back on track females that have done a very good job of generating. That one's mother had an incredible litter in the summer, and Bear has found some of the best homes in Texas. And but in the same sense, I don't think she's made one quite like this. This is the smallest and probably greenest pig we're going to sell in this this first farm sale, but I just couldn't wait much longer. Hey, I know he's green and skinny. But man, he's got big hairy legs, neat looking, and like I said there earlier on the culture deal, I promise they won't be skinny for long. If you want to jackpot them next weekend, don't buy them. But if you're trying to win when it matters most in the end, this is for sure a very, very high-end light cross option like tag 4. Great deal. On camera now is tag 5. Kind of off-belted gilt there on the far side. That is the first of the 6 litter gilts we'll sell. Only one of 2 of the gilts in that litter. 6-9 culture canned heat. The best gilt from our favorite litter in this group. Like I've said, the cultures are absolutely insane at our place. Not sure what everybody else's look like, but he's worked here better than anything we've used in a long time. And this gilt probably isn't going to just be the most aggressive on the stick and really show off, but I don't really care. If you guys can't see quality in that one and don't buy her, I'll just keep her. I really don't care. That one is a wicked stout, square built, still neat looking. I think this one, you got a decent amount of hair, dark pigmented for the people that care, unfortunately. But that is, again, my favorite gilt out of my favorite litter. One that, this time of year we sell pretty much everything. Kind of probably should keep something like that. But at the end of the day, we've got bills to pay. Again, not going to act quite right on camera. Probably need to come see this one in person, because I promise you, if you don't like that one, then I don't know. I guess we just need to quit and start over. Very good pig in lot 5. Okay, on the screen now is a tag 6. That's the a solid black gilt there in the middle, and that's a 9 liter Conviction high heat. Conviction again is that calico mullet boar that was at 66 Ventures that we used hard. I know like a couple of our best barrows in Texas right now are Convictions from last season. We kind of went back to the well and used them even harder this time. That is out of one of the deepest litters in this cell, in the 9 liter. Like I said, I know she's solid black, and she's some people were particular about that, but I think if you look past this one's color, this thing's got one, for the people that care, just an absolute absurd amount of hair, and she's got big feet underneath that hair, and then a skeleton that actually works. Big fan of this solid black 9 liter gilt. On camera now would be tag 7. That's the wider belted one there, closest to the camera. That is another 9 liter 9-10 Conviction high heat, and another pig out of a very, very good litter of pigs. That one is maybe the is probably the greenest and skinniest of the litter, but at the same time, pound for pound, I thought that one's just front foot and forearm were so massive, with a bunch of hair laid on top of that one. That one's skinny, but based off of what this 9 liter Convictions have done, from a crate to nursery to chip barn, they've come with so much punch and power with time. This one was the skinny rump, but she's coming, and I think she's going to catch them all in the end. Tag 7, 9-10, one with a very, very, very bright future. On screen now would be tag 8. That's the kind of thinner belted one. That is another 6 liter 6-5 culture canned heat. Gilt here. This is the there's only 2 gilts in this litter. Other gilt is tag 5. This one's tag 8. We're going to sell both the gilts in this litter early. Like I said on our sister, we probably should keep these things, but this time of year we sell everything. That is, in my opinion, the sleeper pick of the group. I know she probably hasn't got as much attention as her sister at the farm, just because there's sister's got more hair and is darker skinned. I do think this is a carbon copy of her sister for being so stout and so correct. This one needs some sunlight. This one needs some hair pills or whatever you use to get them hairy if you're going to show them. But if you like quality livestock and are willing to do that crap on your own instead of making us do it before you buy them, Tag 8's the one for you. I think an ultimate sleeper pick because she's kind of pale. But past that, that thing is a very good animal and have a very good litter. Resale value or value long-term in the crate, I think, is way, way high. Very good pig in lot 8. On screen now, we got Tag 9. That's the wide-belted boar pig there. That is a 3-litter. The first of the 3 litters we'll see 3-4 canned heat right one. Mother is a very good young sow. It's just getting started. Canned heat, of course, was the heavy hitter son we bought from Stauffer a couple years ago that was real popular there for a minute. I know in the show pig world people kind of forget about stuff quick, but I think the feedability of the canned heats and how popular they were there just a season and a half ago, like I said, some people might have forgot. I think this one will kind of wake people up and remember here pretty quick. This thing has been very, very popular. He has ginormous legs that actually work. Still got some length of neck. Skeleton does the right things. That one is a very, very high-ender in my opinion. I wanted to just putting that one home and throw him on a self-feeder, but he has done the right stuff from nursery to chip barn, and through the last few weeks his frame has grew. Everything's kind of getting in check. I think that one long-term, as long as you're smart on the feed bucket and don't blow the wheels off this one, I think that one's got a very, very high ceiling to be a very, very good pig later on in the summer when it really counts. Jackpot early, stay together long term. Like I said, that's one of the most out there ones we'll see today, but still keeps everything in check. Very good pig there in lot 9. Up next will be Tag 10, be the solid black barrow there in the middle, 9-5. That's a conviction high heat. And again, like we've talked so much in this preview already, the 9-litter has been one of the standouts as far as just depth of quality. This is the just most ready and bloomy pig in the litter. Like I said, I know he's solid black, and some people don't like that. But guys, this thing is juiced as a moose, but still remains comfortable and square. Again, another one that I wouldn't bring home and throw on a self-feeder and forget about, but if you can manage this one, maybe drop the protein a little bit, I think this one stays very, very good long-term. That's still a square, comfortable, bendy rear leg for as much stuff as this one's packing. Peel some bark off that one. I think that one's a very, very high-ender, aside from his color pattern. Up next to be Tag 11. That's the blue pig. That's a first of the 7 litters. We'll see 7-12 barrow. Secured jive turkey. Secured was that surrounded son, or is that surrounded son there, a Rolf Schultes, and we tried to use surrounded there a year ago, and unfortunately he died right before we could use him, so we wanted to go back and use the son. Secured was the one we landed on, and very happy we used that pig. And then the mother here, like I said, behind it is a jive turkey, back on track. Pretty boy, goes back to grandma there is one of our best matriarch sows that is the mother or grandmother of a lot of our good stuff here lately. If you're looking for a light cross option that can be competitive at a big show, I think this is one that I'd look at. Neat looking, got plenty to him, still stays in check skeletally. Very, very good pig here in lot 11. Okay, up next be Tag 12, the black-headed boar pig. That's a 8-5 canned heat. Say it. And then, canned heat, like we talked, is the heavy hitter son we bought from Stauffer there a couple years ago for like $35.5, and did a very good job. Has raised a bunch of good feedable pigs. This one's mother is another one of those 38 litters, say it, back on track daughters we have in the herd. That's behind a lot of our good stuff. This one, maybe compared to his pen mates we've just looked at, is not getting as much feed over here. Is a little bit skinnier. I promise he wasn't skinny in the chip barn before we moved him over to the cell barn. That one, to me, I think is a sleeper pick as far as having just a heavy-duty skeleton. Still a neat look. Wild look ahead of his blade. Like I said, look past the fact that he's just a little bit hollowed out today because of the big fatties he's penned with. But I think that's a very good pig. It's got a very a long feeding window that can be good when it matters most. All right, on screen now is tag 13, 11-2, canned heat, right one. One of the first 11 litters we'll see, and one of the younger pigs in the offering, but we wanted to pull some from this younger early December group out, and this will be the only 11 litter we have in this cell, but there's going to be a couple very, very high enders here in the next cell out of this litter. This one I think is a standout as far as just being wild looking, having some bone and feature, and having some future about her. Again, 11 litter, canned heat, right one. Another very good pig. Now she's small and green, but I think this one's got a very good chance to feed. On the screen now we got tag 14. This is a 24-litter, 24-6 gilt. Conviction top that. Litter mate to that good boar pig we seen earlier in lot 3. Like we said on that one, mother had the 26 litter last summer. Jesus Christ, everyone's slamming doors. 26 litter last summer. That was a very good litter of pigs, and one of those bears now is, like I said, in Oklahoma. Got a very good chance to hopefully win something here when it matters here in March. That's another one. Hate to sound repetitive, but it is what it is. Got bone, got feature, got look, not messed up anywhere. Out of a very good sow that's on an absolute heater right now. I'd probably look in on tag 14 if you need a good show gilt, and really look in if you need a good sow prospect. On screen now is tag 15, 14-4 gilt. That's a secured high heat. We'll see plenty out of this litter of pigs, and they're a little bit younger and greener, and there'll be more in the next cell, but another standout litter. Mother was a very good show gilt that won some stuff at the county level, and you know how it goes. We think she should have won more than that. Who cares? At the end of the day, we were happy to get her back. That one is, like I said, the secured is the surrounded son there at Hofschulte's that we used pretty heavy this season. That one is, in my opinion, one of the stouter featured secureds we had in this group. Big legs that got hair, got look, got feature. Very good pig there in tag 15. On screen now is tag 16. That's a 22-litter, 22-9 gilt. That would be a conviction jive turkey. Like we said earlier, convictions that mullet boar that was at 66 Ventures that we used pretty hard this time. And mother behind this one has raised our leadoff and high seller at 2 different Texas live cells the past 2 years. I know the one 2 years ago got along well. The one this year is in one of the best homes in Texas. And from what I heard last, has a chance to be a player there in March, and she's also raised. I know she raised like the lot 5 there in last year's second farm sale that sold for a pile of money. Unfortunately, that pig sustained an injury, didn't get to get shown. We got that one back though. She looks absolutely wild on the sow lot. So very good sow family, or sow behind this one who consistently raises high dollar pigs at feed. This is without a doubt the longest necked, wildest looking one that sow's ever raised. She typically makes them a little bit stouter skulled and shorter necked. I promise you this one won't be frail just based off of her mother. She does have pretty big feet as it is, but she's going to get chunky when it counts. And like I said, love the sow behind this one. Green and skinny. Another side note, this one will have a littermate brother in the next cell that I promise you he will be he'll be pretty popular and pretty sought after. So if you're looking for a very wild show gilt out of a dependable sow that can be a very good sow in her own right when it later on in her life, I'd really check in here on lot 16. All right, on screen now is a tag 17, another 14-litter, 14-8 gilt secured high heat. Again, the secured stuff has worked real well for us. That's the surrounded son of Hofschulte's. And then again, this is a very deep litter. I think we're going to sell a decent amount of them in this cell. We'll have more in the next cell. That's another one I think is probably the pounds heaviest in the litter. Got the most chunk and bulk, and but still has a neat enough look ahead of her blade, and still got some feature. She ain't the hairiest thing in the world, but I know that's catching catching on, but at the same time, if you want to buy a bow-legged hairy one, this ain't it. But if you want to buy a good one that you can get hair on later and actually win, I'd pay attention here to lot 17. On screen now be tag 18. That's a 10-liter canned heat Wham boar pig. He's going to be a little timid here, I'm afraid, but I think that's a very, very high-end light cross barrow option there. That is the only 10-liter pig we got. Unfortunately, mother didn't. He just light the world on fire in the crate, honestly. But his mother was a very good, what was she? She was a Wham, a no intro. She would have been the lead off in our third farm sale there a couple years ago. Had a very good show career. Was second behind the champion light cross at Kansas City. Was real close to getting a piece of the deal there at Kansas City, in my opinion. And then, just getting her started. Didn't light the world on fire with numbers, but I think she's got a very good one here in this tag 18. For a light cross to be that heavy structured and still have that kind of look ahead of his blade and still got the skeleton that works. If you've asked me for tag numbers here in the past week or so, I think tag 18, if you're looking for light crosses, is absolutely a very, very high-end light cross option for a Midwest State Fair or, hell, who knows, fall show 'em at Denver next year. Who knows? No idea where this one's going to show, but a very good one that's got big hairy legs and a neat look. On screen now would be tag 19. That's a 6-3 Culture canned heat boar pig. And again, that 6-liter has been so incredibly deep, and I can't say enough about what Culture's done for us here in the past 6 months or so. And hey, we're gonna keep rolling with the Culture deal and even double down again. And like I said, that board just works at our place, and I think this is a great indicator of why in this tag 19. This is a great litter of pigs, and this is one that, like I said, on his brothers, we didn't want to just sell them all there at the very beginning, kind of spread them out throughout the sale. But I think this one might be tag 19. He's definitely not the 19th best one. I think he's way up the line, in my opinion. That thing is, he's green, he's skinny. Cultures will not be skinny when it matters. He's got the big hairy legs. He's got a wild look ahead of his blade, and still got the right kind of skeleton. Big fan of this litter of pigs. Big fan of this one. I think this one's a sleeper for sure. Up next is lot 20 there. That's the 6-4 boar pig, Culture canned heat, and to be one of the last of the 6 litters we'll have in this cell. And that's an incredibly deep litter. I would say my favorite litter of the group, and another one that I would say is for sure a sleeper. I'd pay attention to this one. This is the pounds heaviest of the 6 litter. Probably can show earlier than most of his mates. I think that one's got the same bone and feature and look as his mates, just in a little bit bigger package. We didn't want to just throw all those there at the front of the cell and sell them all first and wait for everybody, so and sell the rest later. We wanted to kind of spread these out, so that's the reason this one's down here in lot 20. That one is got a big rear leg that works and a neat look, and out of an incredible litter of pigs. So I'd pay attention here to lot 20. I think that's an ultimate sleeper pick. On screen now we got lot 21. That is a 9-83 Conviction High Heat. It's a crypt orchid. The reason he's got such a weird notch is he was a double crypt at one time, stuck at 81 in his ear, so we wouldn't forget, and then one of those dropped. So just a regular crypt. Like I said, we can get that fixed Monday morning after the sale if you choose at our charge, of course. That's his what do we talk about here? Conviction High Heat. Very good litter of pigs. That is one of the wilder looking ones in that litter. Still got bone and feature. He is out on the corners behind another one that I want to go home and just push hard. But in this day and age of showing them, feeding them nothing and showing them when they're old as crap, I think this one can hold together long term. Very good pig out of an incredibly deep litter of pigs there in the 9s. Slamming doors again. On screen now would be tag 22. It's a 4-litter 4-7 secured canned heat. That is the first of the 4 litters we'll see. Again, secured was that surrounded son of Hofschultes, and first litter gilt behind this one. The canned heat sows look like they're going to do a good job for us with a lot of these high enders being out of canned heat, first time females. This one, another note, she did have a big gnarly belly bust there about a month ago. We got fixed. It looks like it is 100% cleared up, but just want to be transparent with that. If you get her bought and get her home and see that she's got a little bit of a scar on her belly, that's what that's from. Don't think that'll be an issue. Another one that is way stout featured, stout skulled, got plenty of bone and hair. If you like stouties that can still get out and boogie, I'd pay attention here to lot 22. On screen now would be tag 23. That's 3-6 canned heat, right one gilt there. Again, that's that litter of pigs, I think, especially on the top end of things, is real neat with her brother being that lot 9 that everybody likes so much. And this is one that kind of got the signature canned heat look as far as just being absolutely wild, fronted ahead of her blade. Still got some bone and feature. Like I said, I think this one, I think her value is immense just from her own quality. Then if you look on past that, for her having a brother that's that good, hopefully that one can win something and make her resale value even more down the line. But tag 23, another one a little bit different from 22. If you like wild looking ones that still got bone, pay attention to 23. On screen now be tag 24, the Calico Gilt. That's 4-1 secured canned heat. That's we just saw her belted sister. That's a stoutie. This one's dammed by a first litter canned heat sow. Like we said, I think the canned heat's gonna be real good mothers on that. If you're looking one for the right that kind of color pattern, I think this one's very unique for that from that aspect. Stout featured, neat looking. I'd have a good litter of pigs. Pay attention here to lot 24. On screen now we got lot 25, the blue gilt, 7-6, secured jive turkey out of a very good mother and a very good litter of pigs. And like I said, the secured deal has worked good for us here this season. Mother is one of those jive turkey back on track sows that go back to our matriarch and that back on track pretty boy. This one is dumb as a box of rocks, and hopefully you can kind of look past that on the screen. But for a blue one to be that stout and opened up and still have some bone and feature and hair, and still function, got a unique color pattern. If you can get past her being an idiot, get her home and brush on her. We don't do much of that around here. Get her tamed down. I think you're going to be happy with your purchase here in lot 25. On camera now will be tag 26, 9-8 Barrow Conviction High Heat. That's the solid black one there. And another, like we talked all day here, the 9 litters been one of the deepest standout litters of pigs, and I think that one's another very high-ender from that litter. I know color pattern isn't ideal for everybody. I think that one's kind of the combination of some of his mates. Some of them are skinny, some of them are way stout. I think this one's somewhere in between for still having some bone and feature and look, and still kind of putting stuff together. I think, if you're looking for one that's a combination pig but not common, I'd pay attention here to lot 26. On screen now here is lot 27. That's the belted boar pig, actually crypt orchid there. 3-3 canned heat, right one. And this one is actually, I would say, one of my personal favorites of the sale. That one's kind of been a sleeper of mine. Maybe not just the most just out there bloomy one that everyone gravitates towards, but if you study this one, that one's actually, in my opinion, pound for pound, got some of the biggest just bone and feet size of any in the offering. And then that thing ahead of his blade is just absolutely just a wild looking giraffe necked, but still to be that long necked and neat looking, and still be opened up, still have some bone and foot size, still have just be busted open from end to end. I'd probably pay real close attention to tag 27 here. Not sure your made to sell order should be a lot higher than 27. On camera now will be tag 28. That's that blue pig, 7-8 secured jive turkey. It's a barrow. 7 litter's been real deep, and as you can tell from the preview, and I think this one's on the forefront of that litter of pigs. You know, Grandma is kind of one of our best matriarch sows that most of our stuff goes back to, especially our good stuff. And I think this one's for sure one of those sleeper picks down the line that you can. It's really a high-end blue one, in my opinion. If you get a light cross division you're looking for, really just a good pig in general, I'd pay attention here to a lot 28. I think for a blue one to have that much substance and mass and still work, I'd pay attention. Lot 28, very good pig. Mother's done a good job for us. She had the reserve heavyweight there at Wayne County last year. That was pretty popular. Nice pig in 28. On screen now will be tag 29. That's a 6 litter, 6-8 boar pig, culture canned heat. This will be the 7th and final of the 6 litter pigs we'll preview and sell here Saturday, and one that you know, I'm not going to lie to you and say he's just as tricked out and wild and crazy featured and big haired as some of his mates, but you know, I'd probably look in here on lot 29. I think a lot of times buying the green skinny ones out of deep litters with some wild pieces kind of pays off at the end. You know, he's not messed up anywhere. He's still got bone. I would say, you know, worst case scenario, that's a decent pig. Best case scenario, he kind of comes with some bone and some feature and some wild pieces like his mates, and that thing gets real good and makes you look real smart in the end when it matters. So again, lot 29, 6-8, pay attention, sleeper pick here. On the screen next will be tag 30, 17-11, canned heat say it. That's the blue gilt there. Another one, Mother is one of those 38 litters, say it, back on track, pretty boy sows that so much of our good stuff goes back to. This one, I think there's not a lot of blue gilt options in this cell, so I think this one is a very high-ender if you're looking for a light cross gilt. That one, especially for her color, neat looking, still got bones, still got feature, out of a good sow that will actually lay down and have pigs and grow if you're looking for stuff like that. I know it's crazy to say in 2026 if you actually care about them actually growing and being productive. But still being quality and not flat and common, I'd pay attention a lot 30. On screen now be tag 31, the blue gilt, 17-8, canned heat say it. Another one like we talked on our sister. Mother is one of those 38 litters say it, back on track sows. Has been so good for us here of late. And another one that we don't have just a ton of light cross gilt options here for you in the cell. So if you're looking for one, I think we've got a couple high enders with this one and her sister. This one, you know, maybe feeling just a little bit under the weather. Got over here and got fighting. Stool's a little loose, but that one when she chubs back up and gets healthy, that one's got plenty of look out of her blade. Still got bone and feature, especially for a blue one. And like we said, there on her sister, if you actually care about productivity and function and growth still, these 17 litters I think fit the bill and fit the mold there a great deal here. On screen now here would be tag 32. It's a 20 litter, 20-5 everyday hustle burn ban. Another one like we talked there on her sister, out of the sow we affectionately call Gracie, that my boy Garrett Browsey showed there a couple summers ago. Was a very high dollar little pig we got back. Pretty excited to have her back. These things, these everyday hustle pigs, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, they ain't the bloomiest, just wild ones that sell high, but based off of what we had there in the last season, I think they're the ones that actually feed and make it to the end point. You ain't going to ship these things 150 pounds. So if you're still looking at, you know, just a squareness of build and function and feedability and not just big hairy legs that are bow-legged and flat-footed, probably pay attention here to these 20 litter gilts. On the screen next is tag 33, which would be the belted gilt there. That's a 20 litter everyday hustle burn ban, and everyday hustle would be that CNC boar there at the 66 finchers that's been so popular. And the mother was one of a high rent baby pig that we sold there a couple springs ago and was fortunate enough to get back. Call her Gracie. Shout out to Garrett Browsey. Nice pig. You know, these 20 litters aren't just the hairiest things in the world, but who cares? They're functional. They got bone, they got feature, they're opened up. They check all the boxes as far as basics, with still having some look and extension out of their blade. Nice pig here in lot 33. On screen now will be tag 34. That's a 14 litter, 14-5, secured, high heat. Another pig out of a very deep litter, and I think this is one of the only wild colored ones in the cell. So if you're looking for one that's a little bit different as far as that aspect, I'd pay attention here. This one's still got the right kind of build and function and just skeletal quality that we're looking for here in 2026. Is she just the most tricked out, wild, heavy structured one? No, but I think if she can kind of mature with some stoutness like her mates, that one can get real good in the end with a real unique color pattern. On screen now will be lot 35, 9 litter, 9-85, conviction high heat. That is a double crypt. That's why he's got a weird ear notch, so we don't miss that. Again, we can get that fixed there here at our expense Monday morning before they leave. Like we've talked all day about the 9 litter, that's a very, very deep and high quality litter of pigs. I think this one's no exception. That thing actually is, for being this far down the cell, I think he's got plenty of quality. Neat look ahead of his blade, got some bone, got some muscle. Out of a very good litter of pigs, I think his feedability and just batting percentage as far as on this litter of pigs, I don't think any of these are going to suck. So probably pay attention to lot 35. He is a double crypt. Again, we can fix that. Don't worry about it. Test it. Okay. On screen now is tag 36. That's the blue pig, 8-1, canned heat say it, boar pig. Mother is one of the 38 litters say it back on track sows. That's been very good to us. This pig, I think, he pictured like crap. He's probably going to video like crap. He's kind of stupid. Probably not going to bring a lot of money because no one's going to look at him because his picture sucks and his video is probably going to suck too. Past that, though, I'd probably pay attention to this one. Pedigree-wise and just out of depth of quality in that litter of pigs with that pedigree. Pigs bred like this at our place typically feed, and I think if you look in on this one, especially for a light cross option, there's a lot of quality here. Wild looking, still got some substance. The only problem with this one is he's stupid. So if you can get past that, pay attention to lot 36. On screen now will be tag 37, a calico crypt orchid there. That is a 4 litter. 4-2, secured, canned heat. Secured is that surrounded son of Hofschultes. Mother's a first litter canned heat female. Like we said, I think the canned heat females are going to be very, very good for us. And this one, like I said, is a crypt orchid. We can get that fixed Monday morning. This one, I think, for me, is one of the for sure sleeper picks, under the radar ones in the cell. Hey, he is a little skinny-assed, a little narrow, going away, but he's got a neat look ahead of his blade. He's got some bone and feature. His mates aren't skinny. I think that one comes with some punch here later on, and if he doesn't come with it naturally, that's why they make Paline. That one's got the stuff that you can't feed as far as look and build and function. Pay attention here to lot 37. On screen next to be tag 38. That's the boar pig. It'll be on your right there. More towards the middle of the ring. That's a 2 litter, 2-1 flip cup jive turkey boar pig. Flip cups, that I think he's a tricked out 4 son from Goss. That's at 66 Ventures we used. Only had 1 litter of them. We're going to use them harder this next time. Mother's a very good jive turkey female. Jive turkey, you're going to see that pop up on the bottom of a lot of pedigrees here at our place. That's the next intention son we bought from Mark Gray there like 5 years ago. Made a bunch of good pigs for us. A bunch of cell makers at majors, a bunch of county fair winners. But the real value is females. A lot of the stuff, a lot of our bigger, more signature wins the past year or two have been out of jive turkey females. This one, this mother of these 2s is one of the best. And this one, I think this is a very good pig. This 38 litter flip or 38 tag 38 flip cup pig. These 2 litters. Unfortunately, the mother of these has kind of big ears. The ear set of these isn't ideal. I think that one, if you get a kid that can actually keep their head up and keep their ears tight, I think that's a nice pig. I have a very good sow. Well, on camera now will be tag 39. That's another 2-litter 2-6 Flip Cup Jive Turkey. Like we talked, Flip Cup's that tricked out 4 son from Goss. It's a 66 Ventures. Jive Turkey was a next intention son, or is a next intention son that we got from Mark Gray there a few years ago. Another pig that's got, if you're looking for one that can show a little bit earlier, this one's got some grow and some size to him. This pig, past his wonky ear set, I think has some quality bone feature. Still got a decent look. Will grow. So if you're looking for one to show early, I'd pay attention to the majority of this 2-litter Flip Cup pigs. On screen now will be tag 40. That's the kind of off-belted, smaller one there. 8-2. Can't eat, say it. She's stupid. Won't follow a stick. Me and 8-2 have had our moments here in the chip barn the past month. We've had our battles because she's dumb. If she was low quality, I would have probably shipped her or euthanized her a month ago. But unfortunately, she's pretty good, so we got to roll with it. She's stupid, but she's got a lot of quality. If you're looking for one that's absolutely long-necked and wild-looking, tag 40's it, guys. That one is a freaky giraffe neck. She could lick light bulbs, as Morgan would say. Unfortunately, she's dumb. I don't know. Good pig, out of a good sow. If you like wild-looking ones and you can tame them down, pay attention to lot 40. On screen now be tag 41, running away from the camera now. That's a 2-litter 2-9 Flip Cup Jive Turkey. That Flip Cup deal, like we said, is that tricked out 4 son from Goss, 66 Ventures. Mother's a very good older Jive Turkey sow behind this one. 2-litter I think is good, but this is, in my opinion, the standout of that litter. Don't let the lot number fool you on this one. I think this one's got very, very high-end potential. This one's got big fuzzy feet. Still got a good skeletal build, square built, neat looking, unique color pattern. Tag 41. Very good pig. My favorite pig in that litter. Tag 42 on screen now is a 2-4 Flip Cup Jive Turkey. There we go. Stouty with big legs that's opened up. Got big ears. Get past that. Nice pig. I'm getting tired of talking. Okay, tag 43, 3-1, can't eat right one gilt. It's a black-headed one on screen. Kind of played out on paying attention to the stick. Apparently Daniel didn't mess with lots 43 through 62 as much. That's okay. Watch her scurry around, man. She's athletic. In all seriousness, though, that's still a pretty good animal. It's got some quality, some substance, some bone, some look, unique color pattern. Got a very, very, very good brother there towards the top end of the cell, and another, really a couple more brothers that are real good. So one that should feed, don't have any problems. Resale value, if one of those brothers hit, should be good. Tag 43, nice black-headed gilt. On screen now be tag lot 44. That's a 15-litter 15-4 Culture Say It boar pig. That's a predominantly white one there in the middle of the screen, and one that I think, for sure a high-end light cross option. I will say, just to be transparent, he looks solid white. He did have a few red hairs there around his eyebrow. Just want to be transparent on that. So if that matters to you, I don't know how some state fairs classify red versus no red. He does have a little red around his eyes. If you wanted to make them white, you could probably take care of that pretty easy. But again, that's the 15-4 solid white Culture Say It. That 15-litter I think is very good, and the Culture deal obviously is very good for us. And Mother kind of goes back to our best stuff. It's another 38-litter Say It back on track sow. I think this is, if you ask me for picks as far as sleeper pigs, ones that might slip under the radar that's down the line, I think this predominantly white 44 tag is one that I've kind of had on the back of my mind a long time. I know he's not, solid white ones this time of year don't fire a lot of people up, and he might be a little bit green and skinny and young, but if you try to just look past that one's color and skinniness, that one actually, in my opinion, is a very high ender as far as just bone and feature and look, and one that should feed out of a deep litter of pigs. Lot 44. On camera now is lot 45, 15-5, blue-eyed cryptorchid there. Culture Say It. Another pig out of that very deep 15-liter Culture Say It. Again, Culture, if you can't figure out by now, watch the preview. We love that pig. We're going to keep using them. Our best ones last season were out of them. Our best ones this season are out of them. We're going to double down and keep using them. Mother's a 38-liter Say It back on track. That pig might not show off, but out of a very deep litter of pigs, it's pretty simple. Come to a sale, buy Culture. Nice pig. On screen now will be the belted pig, tag 46, 24-5, conviction top that. Like we talked earlier on his couple mates, that one's mother had the 26-liter Cultures here this past season. Got a bear in Oklahoma we have high hopes for. This will be the third and final pig we sell in this offering. There'll be some mates here in the next sell that are high end. This one, I think, is for sure a sleeper pick to be this far down the line. Got some wild mates, and this one is the greenest, skinniest one of the bunch. As far as that 24-liter goes, but that one, especially for being this far down the line, still, I think that one's still got some quality, still got some bones, still got some features, still got some look, proportional, neat looking, one that should get better every day of his life. And like I said, kind of on some of the others, worst case scenario, that's still a pretty decent show pig, but being out of a good litter, I think that one could get real good. On screen now here would be tag 47, 15-8, Culture Say It Barrow. That 15-liter, very deep litter of pigs. One of those brothers there is in the first few lots. That's very high end. This one, again, blue mass pig. That's the Culture deal. Been very good to us. Like these Cultures, like this litter a lot. I think this one kind of fits the mold of the rest of these mates. Got some feature, still neat looking for a blue pig to be that heavy structured and hairy. I think it's pretty unique. If you come to this sale and not sure what to buy, foolproof plan, I've been telling people, just, hey, buy a Culture and it'll all work out. On camera now, here would be tag 48, the blue-eyed pig there. That's a 15-liter, 1510 Culture Say It. Like we've talked, the Culture deal has been very good to us, and we're going to keep rolling with that deal. And I'll just say we've used Culture here. The sows are breeding now harder than anything we've used probably ever. And then this one's mother is one of those 38-liter Say It back on track sows. This one's brother here is the top end of the cell. This is still a good pig. Got bone, opened up. This one's mom probably milked a little too good. These things are still young and probably got a little baby fat. Need to slick some grease off of this one, but still got some power and bone and substance without being messed up. So nice blue pig here in lot 48. On camera now is tag 49. That's another 2-liter, 2-8 Flip Cup Jive Turkey. Like we've talked, the Flip Cup deal is the Tricked Out 4 son from Goss at 66 Ventures. That litter of pigs, mother's been very good to us, raised a bunch of good feeding, county fair winner type of pigs, and I think she's kind of taking it to another level here. 2 litters. Going to be a little bit bigger. If you need to show one early, I think I'd pay attention here. Another one, this one's maybe been a little bit more skinny than her mates, but got over here in the cell barn, really attacked the feed bucket and chubbed up and kind of filled out here nicely. 49's one that, got some substance, got some feature, got some width about her. Probably one that, if you're looking for kind of a sleeper pick, that's a cheaper option that can actually kind of ring a bell there at the end. I'd probably pay attention here to lot 49. On screen now will be tag 50, That is the blue-eyed gilt. That's a 7-litter 7-7 secured jive turkey gilt. Like we've talked a bunch today, the secured is the surrounded son of Hofschultes that we used fairly hard. 7 litters mother is that jive turkey back on track, goes back to our good stuff. She's raised some good pigs and had some that's had success, and this litter probably takes the cake for what she's had here as of late. Another one, a blue one to be that opened up and stout. A lot of them blue ones get kind of frail and sissified. This one's not. This is a stout feature blue one. Probably need to get off the hot self-feeder feed, but for having that much just substance and junk to her, that one's still square built, still uses her rear leg, still got some look out of her blade. Probably should have tagged this one a little higher. Nice peg in lot 50. On screen now will be tag 51 2-5 flip cup jive turkey, this belted gilt here, and another one that that 2 litter is maybe a little bit bigger in pounds than most of them, but if you're looking for one that will still grow and function and do the right things and show early in the summer, I'd pay attention to the 2 litter. That thing needs some sun. She needs some hair, but underneath that, I think is still a one that's still got some stoutness of feature and some look and quality about her. On screen now be tag 52, the kind of wide belted gilt there in the middle. That is another 7-litter 7-11 secured jive turkey. She ain't going to follow the stick, I promise. She's dumb. 7 litter has been real popular, one of the deeper litters, more consistent litters we've had in this group. And, most of them are blue. If you're looking for, you like what you see on the 7-litter deals, but you don't want a blue one, you want a belted one, pay real close attention to tag 52. This one's got the same substance of feature and look of her mates, but in a different color. On screen now will be tag 53. That's a 4-litter 4-3 secured canned heat. The 4s, like we've talked, that secured deal is a surrounded son of Hofschultes. And then the canned heat mother, canned heat's that heavy hitter son that we bought from a Stauffer for a decent amount of money. Has done a good job for us and multiple others. I think those are good. These are going to be the first of the canned heat sows that have fared at our place, and we're pretty excited about them. Again, the 4-litter has been a standout litter for us, and this one, looking at her now here in the cell pen by herself, I'm kind of questioning why I put her this low in the sell order. We called hard. We didn't put any turds in here, in my opinion. And then this one, this one's, got some look. This one's proportional. Still got some bones. Still got some hair. One that... appreciate it. One that's for sure a sleeper. Shouldn't have been lot 53. I'm an idiot. On camera now will be lot 54, 7-9, secured jive turkey barrow. Again, the secured deal is that surrounded son of Hofschultes. Worked good for us, and the mother is a jive turkey back on track. Pretty boy, kind of goes back to some of our best stuff. The grandma here would be our matriarch sow that about a third of our sow herd at this point's out of her. Like we talked in some of those others, mates are mostly blue. It's a very deep litter pig. So if you're looking for a belted option, I think this tag 54 is one that fits the bill for a belted option out of that sow. She's done good for us. She consistently makes deep litters of pigs that feed and perform, and this one's no different. Square built, neat looking, got some muscle, got some shape, not messed up anywhere. Still pretty good quality here for lot 54 in the cell, in my opinion. On camera now be tag 55. That's another 3-litter 3-5 canned heat right one boar pig. Actually, it looks like a crypt. We need to fix that. Either way, if he's a boar pig or a crypt, we'll get that fixed Monday morning. One that I think is a sleeper, that thing is, obviously way skinny, but he's neat looking. He's got some bone. He's got some feature. He's out of a good litter of pigs. That's the kind that, he ain't going to bring a ton of money, but that's the kind usually I buy and just buy a whole bag of raw paling and make it work. that thing, I think, with a little bit of time and feed, can get real good when it matters. For as skinny as he is, he's still got bone, he's still got feature. He just needs a little time and a little bit of creativity on the feed bucket. But that one is one that you just throw the gas at, and he will not crap out skeletally, I promise. On screen now will be tag 56 3-2. That would be a canned heat right one boar pig, and another one. That litter's been very popular, especially the top end of that. This is the skinny green mate brother. That one for sure isn't as opened up and just as bulky as some of his mates. And that canned heat deal, has been. He stamps them with that kind of wild look and good skeleton. This one, I think, is a sleeper pig for sure. If you're looking for a good quality one down the line, you can do some things with from a feed bucket and beat them later. I'd pay attention a lot. 56 for sure. Good skeleton, one that's neat looking. Going to take a little bit of extra of paline and substance on the feed bucket, but one that can get good when it matters most. On screen now will be tag 57. That's a 7-litter, 7-4 barrow secured jive turkey. Like we said on that one's belted mate sister, the 7-litter's been very popular and very deep and consistent. Most of those are blue. So if you're looking for, you like what you see in that 7-litter but don't want to feed a blue one, here's your belted option here on the barrow side. Stout, opened up. This one absolutely needs to get off the, full feed and kind of trim up a little bit, but still to have that much stuff and still be square and functional, pretty hard to do. 57. Okay, lot 58, the last male pig we preview. That's the wider belted one that's got some ADHD or something going on there. 8-litter boar pig, canned heat, say it. Apparently no one worked with this one this week. Again, the 8-litter's been good. Mother's a Say It back on track, one of the 38-litter sows at our place that's been popular. This one's got some mates up towards the front of the cellar, popular. This is the skinny green one. He's dumb, but he's not messed up and still got some bone. He ain't the hairiest, darkest one in the world. Who cares? Nice pig, 58. On camera now will be tag 59. That's a 4-litter, 4-5 secured canned heat gilt, and again, secured's been good for us. The canned heat daughters just getting started here, but some very high-end ones out of those canned heat daughters in this group and the coming groups, and I think that deal's going to be good. And this one's another one out of a good litter of pigs that look feedable. I think specifically on those secureds, those things look like the kind that are good now, but going to keep getting better with age and feed and be the best, when it matters. Not going to be little jackpotty little good 120 pounders that fall apart on you, but ones that actually feed and get good at the end. And I think this bigger 4-litter gilt's kind of the epitome of that. One that isn't just out there and wild, but still a good functional one that's still got squareness of build and look and feature. Nice pig here in lot 59. On camera now be tag 60. That's the blue gilt here closest to the camera. That's a 7-litter, 7-3 secured jive turkey gilt. And that pig, that litter's been real popular here at the farm and amongst visitors and pigs that we like a great deal. And this one, like her sister there by her, are pigs that I think have plenty of quality as far as just bone and feature and still look. They haven't maybe got the attention as far as like some of their mates, mostly because they're dumb. I don't want to run around the pen and not show off, but Dan's actually doing a pretty nice job there on the stick on that one, showing off. Looks like she's better than lot 60. Probably should have moved that one up to sell if she was tame. Nice pig, dumb, lot 60, 7-3. On screen now will be lot 61, 7-1. Secured canned heat, another 7-litter pig, and that litter's been deep and consistent, and one of the standout litters for sure. And this pig is one that has made me say a lot of cuss words there in the chip barn because she's stupid. Hard to picture, doing pretty good on the video. That's why we called him the Wizard Dan for these. Predominantly white. Put her in the sun, get more blue. That thing's still got some bone. Neat looking. Skeleton's good. Get her tamed down. Get some more color on her. Nice pig in lot 61. Now here on screen, the one on the right, the thinner belted one, that's a tag 62 2-7. This will kind of round out the preview in the cell here. 2 litters of flip cup jive turkey, a litter that we liked a great deal on the sow, and been keeping tabs on the whole way through. They're bigger in pounds, and if you need one to show early, I think I'd pay attention to the 2 litter. This one's a real good way to round out the cell, especially for being a lot 62. This one's still got some bone and feature and look and proportional and neat looking. Nice pig here in lot 62. We want to welcome you to the Walton webcast preview for Price Livestock Farm Sale number 1. This is a live sale here at the farm in person. To be this Saturday, January 31st. Have a shrimp boil there at 6 p.m. Sale will start at 7, and then as well we'll have the preview the night before at 7 p.m. on that Friday, January 30th. Feel free to contact us. The numbers there below and online and stuff. We got our numbers and stuff posted everywhere. Reach out if you got any questions. For those of you that can't make it here in person, we will have Kennedy Ventures and CCI here to take the online bids. So should be able to, if you can't make it, make sure you watch these videos and bid online. I know I've had quite a few questions as far as like the weather is concerned. If pigs have to leave that night, hey, it's going to be cold. And it looks like it's going to maybe warm up there like Monday, Tuesday. So, yeah, for sure, pigs can stay here for a few days. We'd actually prefer them to, just because of the weather. It's heated here. They're all good to go. So if you're concerned about that, don't be. And then as far as delivery goes for people out of state, I haven't looked at delivery options, but as long as you're not in Canada, we'll get them to you, as long as you're willing to work with us. Again, this is preview for Price Livestock Farm Sale number 1. Thank you for tuning in.